of the day, no, maybe yes, suffer. Senya so no,
what say was so clearly say was yes of.
Yeah. Okay. But then yeah, me vision cry. I wanted to preach, but it was my vision at a point in time. But yes, me pese me se Senya. Honestly, as a 2005, I be see my dream say because who can be say who can book who Senya Kasana.
Yeah,
me what primary 6, and a papa be a friend of Kwesi Beraku. No sre Senyafo. Na mo kasa no kra ye ntro na de ehye me pa na me wo malam.
Okay.
Na me say no, me hwehwe Senya. Nti ya book bia me kan say me hu Senya throughout my education. Na me hu Senya. Nti me wie SS no. Na me ba Senya no. Na be share makuma mu say me ye bibi mfa Senya. Nti ana me kompo no. Na me de me nsa tro fom. Na me say me tro Senya kasa no.
Okay.
Nti anope bia na me wo mpoano. Ade na si me so tre akom. Na me tro fom me befi anopa na me ko sa. Nti ewom badam atro book bi. Nti na me ton book no wo tro.
Okay.
By chire na keiki.
Yeah.
Ehu me. Nti ohu me no hu se me na me tro book no. No obisa me zampa me na me say no say na SS boy na wetimi atro book we. Na obetimi atro me history ana. The family history ana. Na me say o metimi atro family history. No say na corner culture. Our mama simple mama take me die ni je bae. Me beda ho no that night because na me dwun me nim here to write history and whatever. But na me dwun ho na me bo ho pae. That night me da ho me hu ya na me hu say migration. Ti say castle ho no. Won say akoma say ya na omkofa bosum no. Yeah, me hu sa de no na me hu bi do.
Okay. I don't want to say
yes. Me hu say etwema wo me nisu. Nti one na me sorry prum na me start to say me move up and down. Me bisa mpenifo history no. Sa na me call the tutu kwan keke ma me tutu kwan na me year research no the man. But research na me year man na 90% of results na ye about Senya.
Okay.
Yes. Until he sponsored me further na me call University of Ghana with scholarship. On no man scholarship. Okay. Na Yamia do University of Ghana so the scholarship back account. Until me ya 2 scholarship.
Oh.
Ewa University. Until no me call University no na onasis Yami fan currency. Ono so no fa me say obi a o ma me opportunity into a year program MC na watwe me aba na mama bi maye bi.
Okay.
Because no so per se me ya exposure no. Na o ma me book bi title near The Senyas of Gwa.
The Senyas
of Gwa. Senyas of Gwa is about Senya, written by Samuel Parry.
Okay.
Into no book no the man no na fi me read the book no. Into me call university no one day me take class na book no da menim. And a teacher ni no ba me nche no say book we menim ni portrait na me show there be. No say obechire me nipa no. No chire ma ode me call nipa no ho.
No na nipa no wo level
university ho. Enti no or accountant wo voter hall.
Okay.
Enti me ko hu nipa no. Na me ne kasa say look me interested in everything about Senya. In fact, neniji pa. It's not every day bia be 2, 3, 4 hours. Obechere my dear.
Okay.
Me call the office. Me bisa nsem no yi ni books o yi. Now no yes, Senya history for over 40 years.
Wow.
Yes. Nipa or mentor no eye name topic. Se Martin in Penifat name topic. Into no mentor no so be mentor me. But asemba kwa o chire ma di no kan ye ne say mean spread.
Okay.
The o chire me no ma me mfanya den.
Mfa show yem.
Enhye me ye mean spread. Exactly. Into no me we university no na me wo university no. Na me nya nti ye say omubeye parliament, youth parliament, the whole Ghana.
Okay.
But I'm a member of Ghana, a member of University of Ghana Parliament.
Okay.
University of Ghana, I'm a member of Parliament. Into a band, some years and there's so yasa Parliament ni be. Into me the idea no bass, say youth ni boom.
Okay.
Ni formers our Parliament no more.
Okay.
See, but now youth ni be brave issue because omo person. Omo medal in Senya Sem. God those days no.
And then a day and I'm far passing by now.
Exactly.
Okay.
Those days no. Se who can't Senya Sem one share alarm.
Oh yeah.
Enti entafo no.
Yeah.
Pain na kakra.
Me wo famo.
Yes, bra Oscar and a few others in afi Shoto na connect me ma entafo no.
Okay.
Say this is the idea we are putting together. No, ye na ye boom na ye say ye be ye ko. Nti dana ye court na ase na ye pe say ye shas ye no. No mo say use parliament and confunti ase nti ye no concern youth.
Okay.
And I di anemfuna apase just Senya bre baby aye free ni baby aye bedru no. Ya bre adenti no man na kechire.
Okay.
And this demonstration ade. Nti around that period na mesua Senya history no be brain nti no ane na mechire ye du baby na mechire sa na ye dimwa nyame adom ya be du baby aye du
well me ka say ema ye ka say be di sa e wono nko echi han dey ntim bon komo ma ye mon komo ema so ye ka say obi eye guani a wani guafo
me da si be brain say we bisa sa asem ye ade ba ko a enka ya agira e wo Ghana history mu eye guafo no.
Okay.
Na guafo no ye nkrofo a asase we Ghana asase we eye omodia
o ka say ke Ghana asase enya santifo dia
debi
enya fantifo dia
enya fantifo dia enya nkranfo dia
okay
eye guafo dia
o ka ne sa o kire mu say
yes because infantifo na akanfo omo krum akanfo no omo ye great empire what is omo kan the great Ghana empire Songa empire Mali empire no omo ka ho enti other tribes no so omo baby a omo what to say be before omo nochi na nkrafo ese ebi mu kra free Nigeria into obi a trace ni krom every baby and ne nananum every baby but omo intimi trace omo nananum from anywhere guafo
ye free baby na e ba Ghana
debi and matchrem
okay
na ye adwin say everybody on this land came from somewhere. Number one, it is true. Number two, it is not entirely true. True for woman say nyame na bo nipa no bo nipa e wo baby
okay
na nipa treye into biara baby o bia ofri baby no ye den obaye nanso ye we bi mo wa baby omo ba wa che
okay
omo root na ye den ayira
ye fan say bi omo kono mo discover as a place
exactly omo root na ayira what you say and many years ago and omo tena sa asase no so and the baby to say Ghana asase and a part of Togo, part of Burkina Faso, part of Cote d'Ivoire. Na nkrofo bi was asase so a.
Okay.
Na omo ye egwedifo.
Na omo ye egwedifo. Omo di gwa.
Because omo ye egwedifo a, me kire mo say, uba for example, ye gwa kasemu a, ye de aka, ye ka no gwa. Aledi gwa,
yeah.
Gwa means traded, market.
Yeah.
Now, na san krofo wa asase so na mo mutimi call northern Ghana ancient Ghana Mali Burkina Songa empire no efa gold enchene na niema wa e de fro ekoton no mo to wi no mo sane ayeden aba because omo ye nkrofo bi a omo mpese obi hye omo so
okay.
What I say? Yes. It did omo kingdom Snubia Sianai, Omuya no Masaba, Omubanswa, all these areas, Omotiha very peacefully as you and into Omuya Guafo no. Okay. I
was following one my historical mazi my lawyer Nochi also. And it was like yes, run to continue. Say, Uncle Funny bias.
It's not true because now you're spreading. Now go na spread the Ghana da. And even before Sebi yebe fra ha Gold Coast no. And I don't know. Now regions no go time no. Now regions were harder da. No, I mean
before Sebi fra had
other tribes no beba. Now go no ma yomu regions dada.
Okay.
It was well established.
Okay.
Bimusi Guafon Baha 1000 AD. And you're not correct. 1000 in fact, let me say this. Research be Kintampo.
Okay.
Kintampo research no. And research book archaeological findings. And bone be. Tested bone on the age, the bone is about 5,000 years old.
Wow.
It has 5,000 years ago. Nanipa. 2,000 years ago, yes, abreso. Nanipa ewa asase so. Why do people think that the only time Ankrofo ba asase so just 1,000 years ago? Okay. No, because this is a highly fertile land. People had been living here for ages. Say be a free Ghana Empire at the Bahakranwa.
Okay.
What do you say? And what I say for thousands of years, Nipa anyhow. No more had that. No more, almost could do Ghana. No more, almost down. Until there was a time omu dwedie na ko si Musi. Won say our northern part no. Esi wa until chire no na sa fall down of the empires no. Omo car ho no decided to also what come down. Na gonja for na dey na here the ebeba down. That was the period that Nkrofo fee say Guans near the but the Guans were here. All right, inti once last time, omu history no, you can't trace it. Say omu free Anebun, omu free Israel, omu free Egypt, omu free no omu faha, no omu bedruha. Notwithstanding, some people may have done that, but there were people already omu yede omu tia. Omu aha no omu establish omu ho dada. Aye what the northern region, by your friend region, na patriarchate.
Patriarchate.
Yes, brofu be kind of patriarchate. Okay. But patriarchate ye baby a. Nipa no original ho no eye bema.
Okay.
Won say guamu no omo di ejade.
Okay.
Normally ejade. Na de bi omo ye bia no eye patrilineal and patriarchal. And afen so no bema original ho ye nimpon e wo man no mo. Ti say Abraham eye patriarch, Isaac ye patriarch, Jacob, Sankrofo na. Into omo so was 6 patriarchate no. 6 patriarchate northern one no eye Brekum.
Okay.
The north.
Okay.
Brekum. North the opposite then south.
Yes, south, yeah.
Southern one Breku yenum.
Okay, so Brekum.
Yes.
The M kan ho. And I ba south Breku.
Okay. Northeast. Northeast Ahafu.
Northeast Ahafu.
And southeast Hunter.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Crony now. Yeah. Now northwest Chiriponi.
Okay, Chiripon. Okay.
Chiripon. Yeah. You're Chiripon.
Okay, yeah.
Southwest Chiripon.
Oh, I see.
Regions, you know.
Okay.
Brekum.
Where Breku. I was up a compass.
Yeah. Brekum. Ahafu. Ahanta. Chiripon. It was an established society.
Okay.
Interestingly, Senya Beraku.
Yeah.
Who call Beraku say or Sunyani.
Yeah.
Sunya Beraku. Senya Beraku. This is not coincidental.
Wow.
We share history more. You see what? But you see the problem is that Guanfono mu inya omu inya nkrofo antro omu history. And now I'm projecting omu history. But one thing I like about accounts is say omu project omu history, omu project omu culture. Yeah. In fact, Senya ono ni dia original impo no adopt ya. That is it. She Asante won, Asante for Asante ye tribal. Asante is an organization.
Okay.
And your tribe. You tribe different in that boom. And nothing a kingdom no.
Oh.
What you say? Because Obia won mind. And nobody a man mind be there. Ebe boom. Enti Asante for enya kan for nkwa. Ye won krofo wo mu a omo nya kan for so omo ya Asante for.
Yeah.
But you see, omo adopted the Akan culture, the Akan society, even though a lot of them were Akans, and then they made it great.
Yeah.
And that is why we honor the Asante culture. When we say the identity.
Yeah.
Now, Guans no mo enya na sa because Guans no predominantly no omo nya omo afa me use the word art oriented.
Okay.
When we say that, a banner art, and find music.
Yeah.
Omo music, all right. But omo young crofo, ya churo for. And omo nya historians are omo be pronounce omo culture na omo. But the Akans had it.
Obi anywhere bia obe keep sa kind of records no na say history na.
The records were there, but they won't project it. They won't talk about it. In Aguans no baby omo be hu omo wono omo projected the dominant tribe.
Okay.
For example, Wuba Senya Beraku, for example, Kasa Beng, apart from Senya Kasa, Fanti. A lot of people. Exactly. Yes, Fanti. Inti a better na who history Westia. A better language we project it, and we project it culture in our society. Thank you. Ministry again one cry. Exactly. Now Osha wunim dipo.
Yeah.
And yes sir.
Yeah, dipo.
And now wunim bragro.
Yeah.
Now wunim cheche.
Meti cheche ba me yen ba me hwe.
Aha. Won't be a book.
Debbie.
We are saying wunim cheche.
Yensia ba
dipo.
Yeah.
Dipo.
Yes, bragro.
Usia bragro. Until at the end of the day, wunya. You don't project what you know.
Me camp the pony.
Ube can't depot and you say you're wrong, but at the end of the day, you say that was. These are some of the issues. And Guafono see a very peaceful people.
Okay.
Omo pe basabasan tokwa. Omo ye warlike. When we say because omo ye more like theocracy.
Theocracy.
You can't theocracy. Omo no nipa di omo enimi de no omo fi say Nyankopon na ehwe omo so.
Yeah.
When we say that, it's almost warlike. Until before other tribes no bano, no man settle what different locations are. Location no man settle no man cause omo manage omo ementi no mo omo ko trade you omo baba.
Nkambisa say adentina ahanta o esroton na wa ba bia simba na wa ba ha na breku kakra na wa sen biem na wa pagya wutira kɔ edu kromo baabi na
the same kind of people
but
scattered all over.
Anka unya wura eye ma kolego no ha se unya hye ho no pena je se efi kolego no akopem temade enkanfo nko na temu asa ba ye de ba kokɔ free ha ba ko hye ha se.
Exactly. No na they are settled dada because they are settled different part. And ye no na guanfo no nyankrofobia na ntokwa omo mpentokwa when we say that they were relaxed. But if I can, for example, no Ukraine meaning, I can for pentokwa pa.
Yeah.
Me can for pentokwa. Ma me ma example nati ase. Abra omoba no omo ina ya kan for. Now so na akwemufo.
Yeah.
Ni achimfo. Ye friends saying infantifo.
Yeah.
Any asantifo. Me omo ye
de ba so
one people is we kutia we now sa kutia we won emma omo build strong societies.
Okay.
When we say that emma omo build strong society emma omo timi kan mu bomu so strong because someone come hu ambomu a obi be den ebe hye so hwa Asante kingdom yi enam into 20 no Asante.
Yeah.
No matter. Omo beboom. When we say baguafo na ntisa nti omo tuo peacefully and obi nkobi.
Nti wona mba ya gene say what ntoko aba na modwane efira akwhye ba.
Meba ho.
Okay.
Meba ho. For example, efutufo eye winiba.
Yeah.
Any senyafo. Ena brekufo. Sebi ye nipa baako.
Yeah.
But esrobia ni the way or managing ho.
No, yeah.
Culture ni the same. Yankon tuka yenye but unse still obi are distinct. When that but sa baby a guafo no mutiti ye no when the last Atara was in power.
Atara ne wan
Atara no ye na Ataras enya Atara baako. Atara at the point in time no guafo no ye kingdom bi.
Okay.
Na sa kingdom no Ataras na ehwe so ye ka Atara senya no ye de ne Atada. Atamada.
Oh, okay.
The great leader.
Okay.
And ebimu ya no Atara. Ne ebimu su friend Otara.
The
same one language. When we say that, no. Until there was one Atara. At the end of the day, no accounts, no. Maybe feed the accounts. I think say either that, no, that I'm not sure it's the Asantes. Omo defeated that Atara kingdom.
Okay.
A friend Atara Funam.
Atara phenomenon.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, around 1700s no. And ti omo defeat you know, and as a kingdom near the breaki. It is once na no mo share sa kingdom na no e bi mu dwane e fa different places.
Na once sign a share Atara kingdom na.
In fact a lot on say a kingdom. Into omo breaki and omo breaking different groups. Into we have when we say because into kwaba people look for where they should stay.
Yeah.
But and yet no in a man you dino as guanfo. No.
Oh, okay.
Because look, as at that time, no 1700s na deno. Not language a dominant language enye chi.
Enye fanti so.
In enye fanti enye kan eye guan kasa.
Okay.
For example, it was even the language of trade. My mom example, Baku ye kan say ekome. Akamu ye kan say Baku.
Yeah.
Konwom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, enkran omo kan say ekome. Uko chirpon onusu the same thing. One, kome, inyo, esa, ana. I didn't know about the words na dena numbers na dena the same almost all over because we're trading. When we say that and you know that trade, you know, Emma, the Guan language, you very powerful in those days. What I said, because Guans were all over.
Yeah.
But with time, no, the Akan language developed and became stronger.
Okay.
Now there are certain Guan language, any Akan language makes say in the other Akan language, you know, there are certain Guan language, any dangbe, mix here, otaye, any abenya gan kasa.
Oh, I see.
Oh, say gan wow. We call tema na di now. Omu ye Guan so.
Oh, okay.
Most of the guns na from gan for no, omu ye Guans. But the Guans ni biwa omu assimilate into the existing the dominant tribe.
Okay.
And they mean say nkrafo ba ye nkrafo ni nyina na free baby e ba ye won nkrafo a asase omote so ye omo asase
Omam order.
exactly. Wo hwe ye nuanom obutufuo ya no mo ne nkrafo ye very very close in omo
One obutu.
awutu breku
And your friend say
obutu.
Oh, okay.
Ewutu no nkrafo no bono obutu.
Obutu. Okay.
Yes, on bono obutu.
Okay.
Enti obutu fo mo ne nkrafo no ye ade baako.
Yeah, because I'm kasa na kwa bi ya se.
Bebre nkrawo bebre.
Nkra kasa do ade am so mo ka
because nkrafo na ewo ho no bebre o mo ye Guans.
I see.
Enti o mo kasa no mix into the original Gan language.
Okay.
In a bay, you know, as it is.
You're pushing intimidation Senya de anymore.
Okay. Yeah. The Guans in general, no, Yankrophobia, are very peaceful, and they learn to live with everybody. Bia etna asumpiemo.
Okay.
And akwa bedroom pempensobia. I say Guano, yayera. The breakre ni mpo say ye wonkrofobia from Guanfo. And untina me share sa page, you know, Senya page, me share say me promote the Guans, and then the Guans are coming together on social media. But already, no, you were Guan Congress. No, so no, you call meetings na there, you push the Guans forward.
Oh, okay. Now, na Guans de wada dada. Senya Beraku, ana Senya.
Yeah.
Ankasa. Se obi Senya o ye deni. Ofri
Medicine.
No, so tiara da na say Guan society na no free we no betina say.
Senyafo eka omo a no mote ha dadada. Because okay do boy in the book no state is a fantasy no kra eba ha no na Guanfo senyafo no wa ha dada.
Okay.
One said ena nkranfo no so bae no na senyafo wa ha ena obutufo no ebrekufo no no mo nkra asase no so. Enti abra
ewo he.
Ewo mamprobi.
Oh, okay.
Mamprobi ya wutu kasete so mamprabi.
Mamprabi.
Yeah, little state. Omanketwa.
Oh, okay.
Omachichibi.
Okay.
Emprabi. Omachichibi. Enti na yeah, I mean, we call Brekwa. Yeah, I mean, they talk about it. And, you know, at the point in time, they shifted, forward more. But now, the Akabi, at the point in time, it really both Nkranfoni, Brekufo. I mean, they have that wonderful relationship.
Okay.
But Senyafone, they are hana omo but the story is told the same. Senyafono eba no omo nanti ya ebedru ha no na omo say ana ne so aninya boye so winya
omo nanti free him bedu ha.
Now once I make bibi say ye wa ha dada.
Yeah, that's the Guans.
There are two schools of thought about Senya settlement.
Okay.
The first school of thought is the migrationist. And the second school of thought is the anti-migrationist.
Okay.
The migrationist believe he said na Senyafo a part of the Musifo na isi from no ma no mo guafo no mo musi na omo si from Burkina Faso 80,000 no mo nanti ya ba ya ebedru this side. What I say na latefo no mum na menim say latefo what happen is say abra Atara kingdom no omo ba no omo so be settle wo Senya.
Okay.
Enti latefo no to nwumbi no mu nyuma mo to no mo du baby no mo say Senya dompe. Yes, just say omo kire baby omo sisi ya ansa. Into omo su besi ansa na omo ye den. Omo toa so enti ye ne latefo the same. So it's more like ebi mo see 1350 in a established Senya, but we share history mu year long before then na Senya das den ewo ho. In fact, abrofo no ba ye mpo no, according to research history no, abrofo no ba ye no na guans nkwa na wa asase yeso.
Abrofo no bedu harmo.
Ebedu na guans nkwa na ye den. And this part of the land.
Okay.
And Senyafo were already what? Here.
Okay.
Exactly. It is here for the anti-migrationist think say the people of Senya no more hadada. No more route no is untraceable.
Okay.
Where any migration is no. Maka migration is there no. But anti-migration crofo mu fi say Senyafo wa ha.
Okay.
Dada. Now, anyway, I don't want us to go too much because we don't have all the time. But all the same, no, either say Yawa had dada as the ones already settled, or in the 1000 AD, no, around that time now, JC from the Mosi, Guans nearby, no, were coming, no, they were part of them.
Okay.
That is how the story is established. Now, according to story, no, Mudru Hano, no, Musi, Anane so, Aninya, boy. Yanji ya home ewa nebe ye sowunya anti-migration no no se kire say de ma ha no ye be friend no sia na enye sia na ya wotu ebi ane ye na ye awutu for we are wese ya awutu for right na ye brekufo but na festival na ye di no ye bayire afahye na afahye no ye sia no mu dikan edi because now many of the ritual thing among the Guan no mu ye wo sia.
Okay.
Inti oba ha sebe abusum ewa in fact fie biara busum omo story inti omo hyase a no ma adisa bahire na omo di no inti omo ya eno ni the major festival and here say means major nya nso kire festival nya yes ya ka say festival inti Senya major festival ena su minor Intine wo supi minor commander. Ipi eye commander. Ipi. Enti wo tie wo ye ipi.
Yeah.
Enti wo ye ipi. Enti se ya nka tufu hene. Bidebe. Tufu hene eye lesser interpretation of that position.
I will come there.
Anyway,
yeah, Baba di won come say why are you not using your terms na you use ibinumu there.
Because the last time we say mo ye na interview mo atwero benkum hene.
Yeah, and also santie mu say oh yes Senya ni fa hene.
No.
Senya yenka ni fa wa ha so.
Yenka
ni fa hene.
And ye betimi aka ni fa right wing. But hene we don't say hene. Odefi. Oh, say any for defi.
Okay.
Oh, say they are doing it. And a yanka sample technically you use odefe for nananmo. Eye ura.
Okay. They said dan ura. Then ura. Okay.
We have a lot to talk about. So it's your ura, but ya dropped a can system no so account no ama ohino no but odefe de ye can odefe ankasa paramount chief no pe.
Okay.
Technically.
Okay.
Paramount chief no ye odefe. The rest are ra. But no ayira free system no more.
Okay.
When we say that yes. It no Senya it is say a major in a suya minor.
Okay.
So yen the major festival na the Breku.
Yeah.
The major festival na sunya the minor festival. Breku sunya.
Oh.
The same by the festival no mudi wo.
Enti
on friend apo.
Yen ye the first.
Yes.
Edi we na feel enti yen major
no. Major no.
Na yen kuma no.
Yes. Enti omudi na feel rotate akọ all the Guan state. If you are not now that word breku nankasa no, you know, a blessing. Enti titino omu kwa akwa se wunya nhyira.
Yeah.
Ana wo kwa bibia wunya nhyira. E na ha na omu ba. Na yeye mom sa blessing no. The red word.
Omu ba he.
Omu ba Senya ha.
Okay.
Eye bire.
But someone I was told that bre ide odu.
Say you can odua a language. Odu chire say dro. Ye ma we dro na why there. Why inshira?
Okay. E ma odu na why inshira?
Inshira no ye biblical language, but it is the same thing as the yanya na nanu friend odu or whatever. What I say? Bre chire empowerment.
Okay.
Blessing as you tell say empowerment. Yeah, share with Drew. I didn't share with Drew. Yeah, empower. Are you getting the point?
Yeah.
And it's an empower. No need bre. And the bre no. Yeah. You cannot aleku bre. What I say? And the bre inkui na be breku. And the omun bre. Embrem.
Okay.
And omo yes and your friend abreu.
Omo
abreu. So bre into mu bre na say ya to na duro ambrem na say ya shira na ya ben no omo ye na ye frɛ no abreu na process no aleku bre process na ye breku you get it. That is the whole language structure breku na ye wo break abreu na ye wo eso also in your obreu
and also there are two different things.
Completely different thing. Ata obreu anoche.
Okay.
So your ranks no.
Okay. So,
ranks ni ata. If you any about also into also nye obreu.
Okay.
Dear say be akan your friend okonfo no. Okonfo no nye tradition no osofo no. Osofo no higher rank chain okonfo no. Enti konfo anoche for example, a lower rank than the traditional Guan priest.
Oh.
Even than the Wulomo.
Really?
Oh, yes. Wulomo also.
Wulomo, okay.
But one thing about Konfu Anoche is oh, you're not differently gifted at the point where you know Guan.
Yes, true.
And also no bua no bua may build the Asante kingdom.
Yeah.
That tells you how the Guan. I mean that in intelligence, you know, the bua na danfo.
Yeah.
You know, the Asante kingdom.
Yeah.
When was that? Yeah. And you know that tells you how Guans, you know, have really contributed to this nation. What do you need now to change? It is Senya no ewaha generally.
Okay.
No more Senya for whether you believe in the story of Sounya or the Sunya.
Okay.
History there would need a boom. No be adinadrin ashwe. Which one is workable? And you know, some of us we have to lay the story down as it is.
Oh, I see.
Well, yeah.
I see. Yeah, kasa obi ye senyania ma ne pa because kasa bia obi ye asantini ye nimse asante for dressing ye say.
Yeah.
Ne duane a odi ye say. Adwuma na mo ye pa ye say.
Okay.
Senyani adwuma ban won ye te say.
Number one, Senyafo ye nkrofobia. Omo ye omonisu ahye. But omuyembre
asin ya kon epentokwa na asade
nenishu obi o nenishu ya shenso mpentuka.
Okay.
And say menka no na mo ka no dia odbe hia but omumpe ntukwa na de but omutukwa no de ya na say siafo ne abontefo nko omu de omhoko.
Okay.
Siafo omu problem kesia no omu ye nkrofo bia se ani gi oho a okito oho ye na mo ne krom ni de ono no betwe man so sesia eno de ye negative trait e was here for
eno so ye ade bia ye bia ha na sade
I don't know because who can history e wo mu it runs through the Senya history technically enti siafo he abra asantefo eni ebi afantefo ekon ena nkrafo eni akwamufo ekon eni achimfo eni wemu ekon siafo de omo nkwa abonti o
enka wo se na ma cho na me no ko
wo hwe history mu a omo akon saa within themselves ekunkum omo ho saa seriously. In fact, there are 3 major wars e was in your history mu a. The first one, if you about 4, but the first major war no ye entukwa bi a omo call boat race.
Okay.
Boat race.
Ewo mpuna no.
Omo hyase wa asen. Ewo mpuna last end no. Awia so e ko no. Yes. Okay. Those days no boat race na nya okwa na wasen aba o. Omo hyase wo ho. No mo race saa wo pono so saa e de aba enyi pase.
Okay.
Nti wa obedi kan duru ho no. Ono de onyi una ye bema na ye enyi pase no aha enyi pase enti bema no say we be our friend akubia no enya odumsano right odumsano yeah odumsano no eye adu insa ehọ na asafofo no na omko mo training adu insa no enti ehọ de na omko mo training
wona mko yes e try say ye kokuna ya de
exactly all the battle training ground enti ukuna owu the boat no would to me the band yeah una oye onyi bema enti na ye enyi pase but there was a time in our history omo di kan baaye no ewini ye omo sre omo we ye no na nya asafo na ye all the beaches no na omo bu omo yes
race
no into omo we ye no anti ase no omo anye hwe omo anka so ye akumasi ewie omo ye no Saturday ye di akumasi ewie Wednesday ye akonfo no ye omo
abre wo be sa
ewie ye no no si afonso omo kontuko abuba wetu na abuba shase wetu ana we ato nti omo pepre omo ho
wow
ekunkum omo ho very serious
wow
nti ye be tu dwa se ema senya ye sie nipa bebre mass burial
wow
nti ye be tu dwa se senya kusum bi be tu dwa kusum ne se ma ye sie nipa ukuada
okay
ma ye nchenam ukuada manya ntutuo ukuada manya mfa asombo fom ukuada manya ye enuntina e wo sambra no e wo senya ukuada no
enti enya bosom bi na
ye reference to history da eni kwan say ye kai like ye repeat the see ye
say o follow history bi kire say asanteni bi betwa ensuo bi o say kata ni because ye kum asanteni yani bi ewo saade ne ombesa obehwe kra ye saade ne se daade ne de enye da
ye be ye sa niam no enti niam e man to kwa no
e ba ye
ye de no because obi eche ade anase obi enya tuo pa
boom ne
wakuni uninua what do you say obi eche ade wakuni nua obi etoto pa no why the wakunu na onse pan no na de na brofo na de
ba twese kan na na branch si so
na si usu sa ne mani na enti no ye brani enti na sa kusum no ye dan ewo senya ya mamre no ana ye be kom kakranka yetimi mbie mu ba ye oniema bebre o wa me kan be said me who the value in it
okay
ti se ntwenia no ayesi it has nothing to do with abosonsem
se sinchina ye be di festival sinchina no
it had nothing to do with abosom.
Say abosom na ba kura be di dina dia damba ya mo be
ntino. Okasa asem na ya na mbisa me hu say omo pa kire say nya nananom not sebe omo nya scientists ana. Because me person use the word omo nwene ana.
Okay.
How do you tell me say busum per se on pe de menjai de ye. How does that promote the community? Didn't omo yes ano say eni kwan say tama yako dua eyuo no eye ewu millet enye bro
okay
enye bro
millet
okay. Yes ya ye dua ne enye bro millet
you come yeah
omodua millet no mo bia anye bribia omunye hu adwuma for 3 months men ye ye men di agro men kobo twene those days sound system ye dey twene enti men bo twene eno no so that you work. Enti the entire yesin twina no see the be ya ye be yetuma so it's a movement of entrepreneurship business orientation enti me advocate say yesin twina no yenye conferences seminars and stuff and promote businesses. It's not that says yesin twina no just like that. What yesin twina and I believe says in twina no the yensi to keep the history. What do you say? Yeah. However, within that period no yema no yet productive say the yen nananom dwene ye say because eduane beba na bede na eduane na ba ebe free sa attention dey be ma edwuma
until say sa brand dem come focus na mo
focus on hard work. Focus on hard work.
Call uba kodo nyoma na waduane ho ko busunsuo den
the 90 a year kra wonyo
focus on the focus
wonsu obi awewu eno ntina akoma si no dura na afi ya makwan Saturday no na nipa na owu ye within the period no wetimi esun no enye se wusun samanfo na mo time na owo ba ye na
wentumi anye ne no sa bere wo de kosuna ifri wo.
It has nothing to do in samanfo healing eno omode ma say ya broad na we nso a time aso say ye ma ukwan because we nso a wo be de ube yare na sa ayawde ni na yede every mu anya nsamanfo asem.
Oh.
Who say that? It is a yanti history asia. Yen chiremu ye, and it's an insult to Yananum. As is a Yananum without intelligence. Exactly, without intelligence. It's young guys, young people, now with them Fasubene also. Because Yan come Fasudiana yede. Okay. So our ancestors believe say we have to cry. But there is a time for crying and there is a time for working. And to work. After working, you cry. And there's a time to play. You will buy di agro. And unti akumas nankasa Thursday no swan. A hon agro di ne shasi. Into omo to oze ana omo tunju. Tuwe. Yaneva tuwe. Aya bosumba. Aya berima. Otezanyo.
Yeah, yes,
but yes, aya tunu. Turo. Yaneba turo. Aya besumia. Aya sasi wo. Aya besumia. Aya so ase wo yaniba turo tunoro won ma weninji na see yen ye adwuma afede ye see yen ji yeni.
I see.
All work and no play.
Yeah.
Oh, yen and they understand this.
You mo be na omo adwen da.
They know it. That's it. Enti wo fa senyafo na ye wo good structure make fa yen to kwa ho. Enti san to kwa na omo kun yen na nipa bebrewu yen.
Ene na so na wo kwa
no. Ye be ku another to kwa bia to kwa na ye serious ye kono 1914.
Wow.
Eye kwabaji war.
Okay.
Dear Nebaye. Omuti asafu number 3. And ebi musi no asafu number 3 ni yen yeden. Yen ti as ndina sama nso no ho. And asafu number 2 ekọ si ntwini bi. And omude ba na omu gru o Methodist Square area ho. Omu gru twene na twene no ne nan se de omu shape na ye bow legged twene.
Okay.
And asafu number 2 so no episode number 1 and the courses antwene no.
Oh, okay.
Yes, na omudi egro. And number 2 nso no mo asafu peni bia e fe no kwabaje. Oh, eti kwabaje no ye bow legged.
Oh.
Eti number 2 no hu se omo yesa ompe agro no ye ompe. Na omo boss atwene na se mo siri ye safu hene. Mo siri ye peni. Ende monje na omo 2 obi 2 boba. Na ball obi eni.
Okay.
In fact, nipa na boba no born ni first na neni no obeye neni no ye one eye copy me say owu ye. Eye me nana ne papa.
Wow.
Takro me nana ne papa. I me tracy ya ehun.
Okay.
Yes, me nana. Na ye ono kwa other people nso ye dey prepare. In fact, omo kun serious to tutuo. Emma ye chi ye binum koye dey ekotum.
That na police station wa.
Na ye share fuase 1914 ya.
Okay.
Ye tie binum ye den etumu. Ebimu ye mom life imprisonment. Ebimu so ye mom death sentence. Edrum pepper so bi na ohini seal the third year say ye ni governor nkasa na omo release ohini nkasa na omo fine no sika. Say onye the ontua. Nto omo kansa omo release ebimu. That was the time obi ti say papa Kwesi ni nanu free akọ Elmina.
But endum
yesi eni
ankasa.
Oh yesi eni onu ankasa e ka kire me. Obi ka kire na me bisa no me an interview na me bisa no and then in fact me report Emma City FM.
Okay.
Na me fa so bisa no.
Okay.
Enti me bisa no no so o yesi eni. Okọ GTV kro no o ye den o kan ye. Won enti that was the period. That period no so papa bi e friend no Kofi Ngwa. Onu su dwane free Senya. Eko pie mu Nigeria.
Wow.
Onanti yo.
Nanti enko.
Onanti ya no ye de. Oko pie mu.
Sa fight ni to obia unya be na we tia.
Everybody. Ebi mu su edane omu Christopher by force. Asafofo. Eko share Methodist sorry dey mu. Because the point is say we Christians say won ka asafo no. It is said to say that was why Senya album your friend say Habono, Yanye. Enkrofo say Papa Kwesi Jai in a Emma Yanye Habono. Listen, it's not true. And I'm saying authority say, and ye Papa Kwesi Jai. Sad narration yen Jai. The 1914 to Kwano. And a man ye the Ebasa. Because no more the Nyamanu be a begu a post office in Nimo.
Okay.
What's a post office in Nimo? No light be ho.
Yeah.
Those times in a night ho.
Yeah.
Won, di begu ho. Into Kwano almost say Nyamani bi. And a governor can send ye in fact a day in call baby asafo ewo. Enti anko winiba anko apam anko baby asafo no de call takrade.
Yentina winiba for nanya because
entukwano. Papa Kwesi Jano ono ewo under the slavery ana abrofo. Who are you to say who stop who from doing what he wants to do? Okay. He didn't have that. We are rich man. He didn't have that power. What do I say? Okay. But local politics and propaganda, because Kwesi at a point in time, or middle power in the political system. There are a lot of propaganda that goes on in Senya. Okay, and that is not the issue here.
May I say, Senya?
Okay. And one of the traits I was here for in mass science.
Yeah, I was told. Yeah,
so good in English.
I was told.
And art, but banner science, maths, are Greek, and you forget it. Most of our professors in the area of math, science, are Greek. Most of your youth, omo munima de problem area omo excel pa those areas. Yeah.
Unti se obi yesenyani a well ye hofa de. Okay. Ya tade ye duane adwuma ban na obi yesenyani anka den no. Most senior artisans, most of them, adensifo. Okay.
Builders.
Okay,
most of them. It has at 1850s, 60s, 70s, 1880, before 1900. Nasi and for Liberia.
Yes, Sidans are dancing for Sidana.
Sad dance story. Maybe I question it.
Okay.
Because before a dance, Ebeye kingdom, no, Ebeye a dance, na Bono kingdom woho. Can there be a kingdom without at least some form of building?
You said that
it's wrong. How can you say that dance for the dance? Even I can for Nanka Sampo. If a true so free Ghana kingdom, are you telling me it's a Ghana kingdom? No, since I can't came recently to this land. I can follow well-developed, well-sophisticated people. Kingdom no break here, no machines or bad down. Doesn't mean say they didn't know how to build. They know, but then maybe what happened is that a dance, friends are dancing. Sancrophone were people who love building. But they were not inventors or people before they came here. Kingdoms, Caves do send a war. Let's be honest. History, I don't think it's credible. The fact is that even the accounts, they were intelligent, they knew building, these are not just common people. Into quarantine accounts no drive back down. Okay. But these were rulers. Used to gold. And they didn't start using gold when they came here. And are they telling me say the account for now no more dressing with gold and all that stuff. Even it is said some of them were from Egypt. Omunim building.
Now Osha gold is who will be there.
And not today, see any papa don't see dancing for no. That one I think we can't accept it. They should come again on that story.
Okay.
Nonetheless, putting that aside, who be safa yatadi and so. Now, you say the front man, sahane front man. There is our tradition, but here was one thing.
Into is it into the way now?
Your normal dressing, and fantifons should dress it the same. Your front man, and some of these things could be our culture, but we don't know the origin because every tribe is using it.
Yeah.
But there was one thing I'm not saying for ma. In those days, no more dress ya omonufu negusu. Oh yes.
O kata da on keke. No je top.
Kata efa enufu nase. Enufu no be woso.
No the nam krom.
Even as at 60s no kra no mutimi here. Any market. Nipa no chances so how to stop it. A friend say is it Uncle Jackson? Kenneth Jackson.
Okay.
Around the 70s it was normal. Normal dress.
Now say efe.
What's your efe?
Efe. Now
and then your culture and efe.
I want to tell you so efe.
No, you see Debbie, hey, when we're in South Africa, Emano, beautiful girls, you're from Zulu girls. Zulu. Say that. Who share that?
Who is say?
Oh wow, why your father, Roman father?
Oh say, who is say? Obiano for the air. I attracting crowful.
No, it's because you grow to a point. Certain things we realize it is not appropriate.
Okay.
But say your culture be normal within the culture. When we say that, my mama example, when say your queen mothers, omotenase omosuru ina go.
Yeah.
Do people have problem with it?
Oh nah.
My baby called Taylor, na yempam na tade na nesuru no enye dey. We have problem with it because that is not the Western culture. Yeah, adopt here.
Okay.
But traditional culture no or dresses are it's okay. That I'm not saying say na culture say enufu nungu hosa, but it was one of the normal things in the society.
Okay.
Yes, but then eba no ye duane a ye duane eye ode.
Ode.
But ode no originally no ye ode no enye bro.
Na de na ye
eye millet.
Millet so obetu boy ni twi atoko.
Atoko. Yes.
Atoko no body na.
Atoko na ye duane.
Wow.
David ebro ye duane. Ebro eye tie di ni ebro abrowo.
Abrowo luto.
Abrowo na mo de ba ebro. Abrofo na de bae.
Enti anafanga an me na medu na ebro.
David ebro mfri Ghana. Ebro abrofo de free Sweden na bae. Enti abra omodi ebro bae no. Na omo eye cheaper ema omo to take care of workers.
Okay.
Omo enslave any slaves. When we say that no. And omo de banso a no mo encourage you say yen so yen use because I know omo import eba. It helps as part of the nyama omo de be there on be trade. But yen ye wo millet no. Enti omo hwa okay say yen replace omo millet na. Ebro no mo ye there. Omo nto. Enti omo replace ye. Yeno ebro no millet ye friend ewu
yeah.
Enti ne kan say mejo ewu yen kan mejo ebro ne kan aledu ewu yen kan aledu ebro ma akwa ewu
medo ade
medo ato ena ewu no nsu be ye tan afe wu ye ya wu soki a na afe no so afe no ewu enti the word ewu anka say ye millet
yan hwe that time na machine sin shede ni wono omo si dan na wonya millet
omo de tubu baso na omo buboso omo buboso sa na omo anyam enti those days na omo tu ndwumbi menasa preba kamewu ko menasa preba kamewu ko kamimprejo akwewu chirem sedia ye nyam millet menasa preba kamewu ko menasa preba kamewu ko chirem sedia ye nyam millet no
I see
anka no kamewu ko ewu ko
so millet was ewu
enti abrofo no de bae no ebro no bae no mo de machine no so ye den bae nkrafo mo frɛ no ma eye millet no ma aduma na yemi now omo de bae no na omo de machine no ka ho no omo de no ye nyam enti abrof nkrafo no hya ase se omo fa ebro no na omo hya ase ende se ebro no ye konyam ewo ba millet no de ye de enti wo de ebro no kwa na wo konyam wo he corn meal na de abaye duane any a friend corn meal nti abrofo ne bae no na sa language ne e but real eduane a enkrafo ye na ye di ani siafo eye millet na ana ewu and now unfortunately no ewu no ewa hoden ewu no ekutia diabetes na mo ebro eboa diabetes obi a wo diabetes a wudi ebro no diabetes wudi agren koda enti ye peni na wutie mi a mesrewa jai ebro ni di because diabetes no we be kweti abre BP no because one say ebro no any nutrient to say millet no and ebro no wudi a ema esichire fruko umoja no mo entem ebro eye esichire
I see
ye ka esichire anye fita no because eduane no ko wo yemu a edane esichire na ewura moja no nti e ko moja no mu a na se doso a moja no eyi nsuo bi ye frɛ no insulin
okay
na ma nsuo na bewura moja no mu nipedua na yi nsu ni so no ama na bowura mogya no so nko fa esikyire bi a wo mogya no e pro sa esikyire ketwa na nko se mogya ne hia nti owuremu ana wakofa ye den aba na owuremu na okofa ba nko se esikyire no odigu cell no mu na cell no nso a resist esikyire no nti se cell no nso mpe esikyire na edoso a ono so resist a ye na efra no insulin resistance wo say nti dia na afa nipedua no be ye esikyire woni pedua no be pra nti na wadane no srade no de gu yem wo se wo yefun ye kese enti yefu kese enya srade nam eye sikyire wo ye kese a enya srade nam eye sikyire enti wo se de adna enti e millet no e man ya sa hoode no e buaye ma sa nyarewa na e ha ye no etimi ye den e brase
enti wo ka se ma na adansi na yade na ene apo adwuma yi ene ma efom kono
epo adwuma na efuo kono eno de ye tete normal adwuma ye se ni bia so onye pufuni a okọ efuom banye de pono na ye more echen efuo no one of the reasons why pono ye more echen efuo no say so wo fa banche now they call bodwase ekoton a bodwase for o de banche ye den
oh no we order that
o de brody ye den
we order that
bi order that nti si afọ no hwe ye no niam ye de call na ekoton a ye betimi a compete what I say nti ye anya efuo bebre
epono kono
epono na be hia ye na wo se epono so mu wie pe na mu di ni na ye den akodwa ye trade
that na ye ton ade wen
oh na titi no de na omo different market for the but coming no mutimi call techiman
na car ni ho
in fact titi na car ni ho no ye na nanom omo car eye nanti o
nti ohyianam no de ko techiman
in fact enye so de be ko techiman all through na mo omo different stops nti oduru ha na we mu abeto no mo de akọ
okay we mu se de ko ha na akọ pimo
no mo de akọ sa na ye den etie na senya so no mo ye anyo pa Jenny they one of our major na winiba se won se mo fa mpoa no e ko won se mpoa no ho no ukwa wi wu na ase mpaboa odimi denti first no mo tan nante ko winiba ha no mo ye den mo fa and it was simple route na wo konza area no doso nti we che mpaboa den na beba ebe twetwe
so wonya nko na yes na se Kweku de na mu adade
you see anything I make say we should know say yana nanu they didn't just speak because by the grace of God history na mission here no behold the reasons and the intent and the value some mistake na Christians so here then for example you see member Jamai adentia yamichire Jamai okay say yamichire you have not spoken to me adenti no chiri
okay to show reason
there should be a reason
I said about so say na say
yamichire Jamai say I mean for example Moses you na simpabwa adenti no ka kire ne say you na simpabwa a message in a order man message ni say empabwa no bo wo nan ho ban
okay
na nan e wo Bible mu ejina ho ma asempa no
okay
what I say enti memfa bibi nka asem a mede ma wo no ho na ko ka no say the eden etie mendware asem membo wo kra wo ho ban because me small will say odwan akompatekuo mu membo ho ba just go you na simpabwa baby a wo no ya asase kronko adenti na ya asase kronko because baby a wo do na etia no menya me ne wo ye den e wo ho
I didn't say asase kronko because he dare we I can say do any
never it will say am for reason no amba e losing the value why did they say that they said because say Kweku de no yemfa ne say Kweku de si mayemfa mpaboa enko the question is Kweku de dream be no dwenefa o man no into ode sambra no baye mboa ben na sambra no beboa o man no
okay
that's the question. For example, who calls Senya Beraku no yenkuma akoko wo.
Senya Beraku no.
Yes. Akuko na mo awuntimi nkono. Abo bi na mo awuntimi nkuma abo ano.
Sa abo bi na mpona na awuntimi.
Debi. Eyemra, you can't kill that animal. Say no.
Omo ye de. Mo na say mra na enye.
Eyemra, but wonim say, di enti na omo ye samra no. Empo ano ho no eye no man's land. Enyo bia de.
Okay.
Enti obi aboa ebepie ho a. Woni kwan say
ufana
okunu number 2 aboa bi also no yira bebi a empoa no obenya aduane edi titire ebeye empoa no ye mo moa no ho ban so ye animal protection Yes, abusu ana abuano your busumenti. Ne ka je say mo ano ya busumenti no menkuma abuano o ye busumba. Onye busumba ye protecting the animal. Sa ensuo ya ye beka say men ko ho no. Say the be wunye hofi.
Okay.
Enam ye see men remonam. Say wo ensuo bu a kokude na ye see men remonam. Ana yes sir. And ye see ho wo mpo onye de. Remonam. Preservation of food. Nti se yenya aduane wo mpoano a anase ye chi na ye nantia na ye de edru a na ye penam a ye betimi arebi ba ye ka se we wo ho me ri nkofie because ma kwa wo di kofie a wo di be business de be obe fa akọ.
Okay.
But enam say ye nananom omo ye omo religion no esum no se de tinti na ye de sum na ye de atache se de be ya ye free compliance. Because nipa wo ma ne mra na wan fa hu anka
But do you think say say na woka won say we won believe say na abosom no eshembra ne bi also mom
you see Moses on 10 commandments no I'm saying this Moses Yankopon mra what I say na ode ye den ode ma Moses but would me say omo ankasa atwuro bi ka ho
de na Moses de ka ho
o bebre de ya metwuro yankasa ye 10.
But say 10 commandments.
But commandment is 613.
Wow.
613. Wow. Now, Oma bia ye the constitution in a day. Ye na nanum so no mo constitution. No mo constitution in written to say ye die. Inti ye constitution na ya ka kire o say sebi busumu we e dey etaichi. Inti busumu no koye bibi to say stamp.
Okay.
When we say that, it is a Uber Jimmy Bawari. Na umami snap. Snap now the mammy won't find my miss min conmo. No more snap no ye stamp a yedi yede. Yedisia warrior no so. When we say that, because those days, someone need stamp to say and no one need signature. It is a snap now with a ban a signature.
Debi esi obi a wodi boss pe say
signature when ni snap ni when ni den signature enti anya say ye pensanum ye ja no pensanum nti na ye de snap no ye den koma no it is a signature wo ko hineni na wo kitansan so a it is honor enidie enti abusum na ye se omo ye mra no enye omo no omo ye mra no nipa oti busum na no
okay
ena oye emrano. What I say? Because of that authority from the realms.
Okay.
Let me put it that way. Now, for example, sa inchinine anwa yesi.
Yeah.
Nipo di sa emrano bayen. Your friend ate kwesi kwe.
Atie.
Atie no ye obi a onima de genius.
Okay, atie.
Ye wa ate. Eye eja. Ye wa atie.
Okay.
Your language ya bebre atie ye genius. Kwesi kwe.
No.
Ofri akramano.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Na bro mo ba no o se komesi no. No so yende obekọ akoye kusum no aba. Kusum o ye friend chi. Yes.
Okay.
Chi. Enti no okoye chi no. O se okoto chichi.
Ye
beba ho. Okoye chi no ba o si o apase. Busum no.
Yeah.
O ye apa. Sekum apa. Nti apasi ena na friend epa no. Epa kwesi. By sekum apa. Yes. But me sure say legend no anyway. Nti no oyepa no ka say apasi. Komna aba no. Mo akwadro eni agro ena ma ekomna ede aba. Nti munjai saade no. Na fe munye ejuma.
What you said those times no na you ta spend more times at the brunch ne side
agro na so de akrodo konkomba ni na ya agro na
yedi wa ha
ebe
okay
nti oka kiro mo se okay ye de mra eto ho mra no nie one mu beko akodo efuo no asase no wodo asase na menshi nwura no kopim say ye beye amamre ansa na why there washi nwura nti de amamre na de atuwadwo benya amamre nti
den mention
ti a mention ne say kose wuja efuo no na epro na kugu asase mu na ye fertilizer
okay
ma asase no
ocean was
at a point in time amakwa na afi de mo ayede mashi secondly na ado roadsides ni na wo shiwia na afi yewo before we be don kro mo ye kuto chichi no I think is at the right ebeka akomase no ha se metfano makobako afi na na ewudu no ye due bro nipa na esi ntwene ano entidi enti na ye due bro pa ye esi ntwene se de meka se de be ye ejuma ye ejuma wie na efuo no ebi ba pa ni aye apreba esefuo no ntampre na emba
oh okay
apreba
okay
and na edi importroba importroba na ye de edi kan eduane edi kan fresh one no na ye de na eche say we have hope
oh
enti time no so na ye bie ntwena no pa na afi enti abede ano na ya tupu no mu yenkopo no ebu si na bosumos na se bosumos so eduane ebeba ye be hianam enti mo net na na mu kanu no munya 1 week and fan rest na mu ye hu adwuma sie se be a ye makwan pa na mu akofa eduane aba no excuse
oh yes it is from be hianam
ye be hianam mu be enam so beba enti sie wu kanu no
that time no the fire
maintenance na rest within 1 week enti kukuta na jesitu omo na omo ye de omo esi entwene na no
okay akomese na kasa be say
ya baba
adentina I say eja fie bia na say fie bia bosom no e wo no ne mra etumi koma oman mu ni nyina no
enya bosom na wo ho eyo efie no ni din no say ya ye wo efie mienu ye wo to ne ye wo ano
to na
ano
okay
enti to no eye akofo na ano ye asofo. So we have the military ye tofo no and ye wo the religion anofo enti ye wo anofo no ye 7 tofo no so sa
okay so
enti preto enye pre ano
bosom preto
yes
okay
omo ye warriors abakato omo ye warriors yateto omo ye warriors na ba na ye akrama no epa no omo ye asofo enti asofo no share religious aspect and after tono almost share discipline and
I love this
almost making sure say compliance to the rules and regulations and no ye tofo no and almost yesa war na de no tofo no enti actually tete no tono omo wa ba
good I like that and
anofo no de omo de esum
and na say to for ye do so pa ho to if you na ye to no because I buy a case e do so pa ho to
for was omo yakofo to omo pe ma fa ento omo pa omo are pa
you know say e bia wo so
omo pa
wo about to fa ba ni bi ekwa e woni fi ana because o kita mbai e wo asafo line mu do so pa
e say asafo no egu awodo bebre enye tawo dent wo nko awo tawo dent wo kwasambo ye wo chiremu bi ye wo omugumo different wo fa ware na
you come
down wo fa ware na omu wom and basically omu inipa insebi asam enti nipa omu asam enti inipa insebi asam fo no omu ye topi
okay
penini ye ipi commander
okay
and their friend to fini which is not the right title ye ipi na chi ne wo supi
okay
supinach na wo topi
okay so
EP a commander supi a unit commander topi a divisional commander inti the friend asafu hene no ye ka senya asafu no ye topi
oh
o she supi na se na supi ne she EP na se I say history.
I've heard of name EP Matop so.
EP Matop so.
I don't know anything about it.
EP Matop so no ye to find the friend to find but ne nana no ne tat sato no e no de to ne ho so. So no de otepo so. No ya enembrane.
Enya de bia ye hu bia.
No ya ono anembrane. So ono de o ye great warrant nana nkaso aya. Enti na ya EP Matop so. No mo ye olata odefe. Olata akire etuo. Enti aba no ono akudie ni na ono ne nche na egu ono na odi.
Enti me papa ko ono military manager say tun there.
Military.
And Abaya stadium me tun them.
It was there who share all these. You have a lot to say.
Yeah.
You have a lot to say. Who all this thing yen nananom they had something.
Okay.
What I say? Me believe he say, Yankupon, one frame ya ma sorry nkwa, or frame me ma on mine.
Okay.
And yame ma me adum ema minya be this research. Eye bi muka say me di madwin na me di yede.
We go for can.
Na say
what throw where be?
Senya kasa. Right, you know. Eye madwin.
Say
ya madwin. What I say? I'll be happy to take credit. Say, metimi creative bibi. Imagine me creating 23 characters for. I mean, I should be proud of it and tell everybody. Say, I create. Me na me create here. Me di beka. But me conscience.
But me bao. Ya kasa no. Ma, if I say we ka wa ana ko. Ene sa ke all side ni na wo. What you use but what's now what no? Ye hu ano.
Yes. Ye na nanu na. Omo develop omo right but say omo develop nie won say ha no ye wa ye say yamunu na e pa kire say utiso na so bi motam na say waso wa enti those days na omo trading no say wo be free na dia what is wo be free na dia na or the brew no dey atro e wo ban ho
okay
na otro obetro ne sen first of all ma mimbi sao apofofo omo use phone and omo use phone almost saving numbers and almost saving numbers. And yet then no mutumu say wo number nie. Nsu dia say dia wo be tro Kwesi no no ye den. On tro onim symbol a e be represent Kwesi. Ma me kwa be say uja omo ninim hwe anu nie. Na we no more symbols a omo dey communicate. Enye school na obekwanse na wehu symbols so. Enti ye na nti ohwe waso wa na ode wa draw bibia represent waso no.
Okay.
But as a nipa na obeto madino onini ne ceremony.
Okay.
Now what ball stroke 1 2 3. Na se nema oto eye miensa.
Okay.
Nto oba oye no cross 1. Na say.
Okay.
Na what ball top na che say e baako. Oye cross nkwa ye 0.
So oye cross
nkwa ye 0. Ba cross or the baako to top de no since I kakra to a ye 1. Oye akopem 9 na wenya 10.
Well, research the trail side here.
Yes.
Okay.
Oba writer we got 11, 12, 13 up to 20. Into free 20 now about 100 were left.
Okay.
And I see no thousands.
Oh.
You need to it's a way from me my dreamer. I'll be happy to say that. The only thing I try to do is say writing, me yes me converting it into 9 characters.
Okay.
Up to now, yeah. So I couldn't have come out with 23 characters. But what happened is a nipa or preserve right? About the sano, okay, yes, a drum pepper should be in a human body, no, the major symbols.
Okay.
And intellectuals in a woman, and out of those symbols, created the 23 alphabet.
Okay.
I a friend of Aseba, life comes. Life comes. Ase means life.
Okay.
Motasi.
Okay.
Ba means comes.
Okay.
Aseba.
Okay.
Into new topic. And after or establishing more writings with the symbols.
Okay.
Into all these, the books bia or womb. Unfortunately, na almost say intro no chro and I'm so to reading so almost say occultic. Into new topic almost she the books na.
Wow.
Into the few people I mean say omo fees because papa nani who you or ye jant pa or super. Yes, nani who ye who. Nani writings we are not or the you read krada read abum into the boom and not there to protect and preserve it.
Okay. Into
almost see in the books na ye occult in trend why there watch because who say ye abede.
Okay.
Meanwhile na ye Senya writings.
Okay.
Fortunately, ye oncrophobia or chiro omo and I was able to get the information from them and then pick the document. The means I can and I'm studying now. I learned it. Send them new topic books and can make translating into our normal language because of that grace.
Okay.
And I feel say Yamine leading me to get all these things. When we say that, and me imagine. Say me imagine, then I'm very intelligent. But all these things cannot come from this brain. No, it won't work.
Okay. Mama bisa we na ye mfa ye convert and then mfa mbra. Emma, Senya your first king. How this Senya so ye wan ya?
Question we the mood.
What's your identity about you?
Me yanka mebo, but I will hold it.
Okay.
But the entire make us I will hold it in a say. In recent time, no, the yenim, the ati from the Anona side, ne say, Nei Akondo.
Okay.
No, they on mine here there. Ebesi ho.
Okay.
What I say, Akondo. In fact, omo motwe manso no crampo no, obi agi tu mo say, obi na de on mine be there. Ebesi ho. But ewo Anona mu no, ye wo kroba Anona na Akondo Anona.
Okay.
Oh. In the beginning, no me na ye one. No more split it. In time within the Anunankasa story, ne ya there, I split it. But the Akondo story, no, ye more stronger and stronger in the sense that even court and the Uko quarter, omo admit say there was the Anona, side of it. Maybe say call so much because of the controversy. Yeah. But ye will be a friend who ne kweku odinti akwa.
Kweku odinti akwa.
But
those days, I say nipa gongo bita na bisa no.
Odinti akwa. Ne na mwado bi amuyani aso ayaso. Odinti akwa.
So who is ne odinti akwa?
There's more to it. You ever want another time. But the Akono story and the Anona story, which history more. As for the Tridine, we know say Sue the first.
Yeah.
Around 1820, right? Yeah, and the issue started, ruling. But about no Senya tradition and chieftaincy, you be your time now. Is
that true that there was something between Asante and Senya? Is there any conflict and Tokabia? Is that true? I hope I said I can't later about
Yamfanka the next discussion maybe yeba ahinsem no ha. Of course, Asante's ebekon with the South. From 1811. Nana Ose Esibe.
Okay.
Ama Odu Winibod in the night is in Shumu. No, bisa se nambe na yekes no musi bonsu. No friend who Asante bonsu. Ose bonsu. Ose bonsu. And that story, no, it into the Senya story. But
when Senya. Okay. Mate. So Abeiku Okai and train common so last voice for there because adageni poso.
Yes, the kind madam wasibio na mada etiefo so ase. Nyansa ni back foot. History be no obeka obi beka se ni na 100%. Because obi or the ni na aka kire no ne mami aka kire du ote ye no na adwene se no na ye no kra. Enti no uka history a wakonya se obi criticize obi analyze no obi eyi ni die den efrim obi to be den etwene. But at the end of the day chirimba ebeba be den ebeba be hu no kre no. Enti de me maka no obi nso a I believe say enko say akonya no da ho nipa no nso ye den on share on also the side of the story. But at the end of the day, no history would vindicate the truth.
Yeah.
When we say that now main fast that Kwesi TV
Kwesi Radio, yeah.
Kwesi Radio. In fact,
radio,
I believe say this is one of the best things that are happening in Senya, and I'm so glad about it.
Yeah.
And me bonfire say ebekon him. Ye na anyway you be support it. Na yabua na Kwesi Radio so akonenim will be there to do it. Okay. At the moment no mini idiyompo emano kodi ekohia etimichia idiyompo fo ni na oni so mo ye ekunafo
e na mamu no say guy o
oze
mamu no ye guy
nyono I
just about anyway trend pa.
I will trendy papa many does ever trendy pa.
Wow.
I see I will Uncle Chim.
Uncle Chim. Is it our Uncle Chim?
I will Uncle Chim come mole. The modern midi. Ochiko mabo is papa. Obediko. I mean very inspirational. Me na metro you.
Omo na metro mo.
There old song na. Mami bi kaku no your friend no Amelia.
Okay.
Na onu na abra ye millet no or two them say anyu we ye then am try.
Oh, okay.
Enti me try no wonso mo sua ndwom akoma si program on be enti na me the two social media na trendy ye na me bisa no say ndwom na efri no say ne nana say ane ma me mo twe na omo aso a na ne nana na atwe mo na ne nana no to ndwom no aha etiano de nyame original song
ya ba na atie senya agro na wo yebo komo later wo bo agro bebre so de na de nyina no obi de ato ne ho so de nam social media no
wa wo sha
unchia sisia na yen so na
oh yenchia obiara
okay obiara
me da obiara se ne kese nso me chia me ma me esinye duba boni na siafo nyina
okay siafo nyina so ejo se busia me ne eye Marem na Abeiku Okai na twinko me da me ho quick ma ba me ba ye de nwede nka no be so so ka me be some few eyi a me to so na me